Hello and welcome to the Narc Alert, the channel where we look at YouTubers and others to see if they demonstrate any traits that fall within the spectrum of narcissistic personality disorder or NPD. These videos are for fun and entertainment purposes only, strictly my opinion, and remember, please don't send any snark to our possible narcs. So key points to remember: messy fun and not a diagnosis. Hello and welcome back to the Narc After Dark's poetry sessions. Tonight we're going to do a deep dive into two of the themes that our featured poetess relies on heavily in her work: pain and passion. I think we've been truly gifted to have been gifted these works by this particular poet. She is clearly very special and unique. She feels things at a level that is so much deeper and complex than the rest of us do. It's truly fascinating. She's been through more, she's been through harder, and still she stands strong. And she has nothing but passion for those that she loves. But first, we're going to explore the theme of pain that our author uses quite often in her work. It's at the same time visceral and sad. So let's just dive into our first work, entitled Heavy.
Merc, you're on.
Okay. Heavy. Sometimes I wonder if I'm as loved as people say I am. My heart feels so heavy, and my eyes sting with envy. I could cry a million tears, but not a single one would be heard. It hurts so bad to feel alone, almost like I'm begging for you and not receiving. I shouldn't feel this way. I shouldn't feel pain. I need to feel bliss. I need to feel sane. Please break this spell and tell me it's just a phase. Hold me. Paint me with grace. Stop me from dying and make me feel alive again. So this is a shorter piece, but it doesn't have to be long. It's very succinct. In the opening phrase, she wonders if she's as loved as people say she is. She knows that she's loved. Everybody tells her all the time. She's clearly an endearing human being. But in her quiet moments, she has to wonder if that's really true. She is obviously in an incredible amount of pain. Her eyes are stinging from envy. Whether that's her envy for someone else or others, what I suspect mostly is everyone else's envy of her. She cries and nobody hears. She feels very alone in this piece. She just needs somebody to save her, someone to stop her from dying. She's clearly at a very sad point in her life and can't seem to dig herself out of that hole. It's quite touching, really. One last breath. Is this the low they feel when they take one last breath? Gripping death, faded life, plastered pain, avoiding a strike, the feel of depression on a bodysuit, sucking hell into a bottle of fumes. Ashes of the devil circle your scars, glided by disasters of a painful art. It's both a blessing and a curse to feel everything so deeply. Will this end? Will I be free?
Can I hope that one day I'll be? Happiness is a faraway dream. Here I lay, messy tears, bloody wrists. I scream. Taking for granted that air I breathe, hoping one day I won't be here. I want to be in a place of red roses and baby breath. A place of giggles and glittering painted toes. A place of warmth and destiny. A place of love and magic. The life I lead is somewhere near gray, tragic. Alone, dark, no love shown. Please, I beg, show mercy. The elephant blade is almost too big. It's bright in this dingy room. A blade that'll show love. A blade that'll end this too much to bear pain. The second of the what we'll call pain pieces that we're going to explore tonight is called One Last Breath. So the title speaks for itself. She opens with the line, "Is this the low they feel when they take one last breath?" So she feels just this side of death, apparently. That's how deep her sadness. Again, this author feels things on a deeper level than most of us, clearly an empath. So these feelings, it's completely understandable coming from her. Again, she's crying, will this ever end? Will she be free? She is in a constant amount of pain. The imagery in this particular poem, though, is musical. You can almost hear the things that she's talking about. Lines that stand out for me are sucking hell into a bottle of fumes. You can picture it. You can feel the flames around you. There's many. Depression upon this bodysuit is another one. So she doesn't even feel at one with her own self and her own body. All she longs for is to be a happier place with red roses and the breath of babies and painted toenails and giggles. She's evoking girlish, happy images here. It's all she wants, despite her pain. Her wants for love and happiness are very simple. But in the closing stanza of this piece, she returns again to the darkness, begging for mercy, and evoking the image of an elephant blade. So the blade is so large, it's bright in her dingy room, so like a stainless blade, it's reflecting, it's so big. Her room is bright because of it. This blade apparently is going to show her love, but it's going to, now, see, she uses tricky words here. She uses a funny cadence to make you think. The final line of the piece is, a blade that'll end this too much to bear pain. And if you could see, the writer uses two different versions of the word too. The first being too much. And the second is an odd choice with to, too much to bear pain. So it's interesting. She never leaves you without thinking. Love me. Love me, and I will show you what it feels like to fly. Love me, and I will sleep a little longer, just so you can watch me. Love me, and I will bleed into my poetry more. Love me, and I will kiss you every time you feel sadness. Love me, and I will make my tongue dance on your body. Love me, and I will reunite you with happiness. Love me, and I will make your whole body flutter with magnifying butterflies. Love me, and I will laugh at your jokes forever. Love me, and I will play your favorite song on repeat, even if I don't like it. Love me, and I will be your gummy to the bear. Love me, and I will serenade true love through your veins. Love me, and I will promise to trace your scars gently. Love me, and I will watch for every detail of your soul. Love me, and I will give you my heart and my body. We all know that the most beautiful art is born of pain. And this author has felt pain, as we've seen in the previous pieces. But now we get to a little bit happier, a little saucier place, because this author leans heavily on erotic imagery in much of her work. So the first piece is entitled Love Me. And on first glance, you might write this piece off as being very immature and very juvenile, something a young girl might write. Lines like, I will be your gummy to the bear. Makes you think of a younger person. There was something else in here. It has a cadence and a rhythm, a sing-songiness, if you will, that makes you feel younger. But what I think the author is doing here, because she is very complex and things are never as they appear on the surface with her, I think she's giving the tone of this piece a younger, less mature feel, because it is actually a young love. She's in a new point in this relationship. It's new to her. It's like, it's past infatuation, but it's almost like the teenagehood of love. So she writes it in this style to make you think of a young person. It's pretty brilliant, actually. It could be called genius. When you kiss the river with a sweet scent, and your heart explodes with never-ending red, do you understand the automatic string? You pull me to bed? My knees buckle, my insides melt, a romantic pile of longing caresses the inside of my chest and down my naked back. Infinity, more or less. A touch so gentle, a kiss so strong. Fill the clouds with undeniable ecstasy, outline the moon with constant fantasy. Classy temperatures erode the storm, carefully plastering loves once worn. So many layers, a body so beautiful, silky long untouched hair drapes your face with one loud loving tune, tempting me again. Red licked lips, pleasured soft round hips. Can this magical stream be compared to a rare dove? Upon breaking the silence with its one special love, satisfying the spirit and body of thee, fascinating thoughts on forever. Erotic Symphony. Okay, to our final piece of the night, truly one of my personal favorites. It's entitled Erotic Symphony. Now, as I said before, we did have a disclaimer. This is not work for people under the age of 18. Please understand, this is more mature material, and I trust that you can handle it. But it's almost breathtaking, this piece. It opens with a line that just is so lyrical. When you kiss the river with a sweet scent, and your heart explodes with never-ending red, do you understand the automatic string? You pull me to bed? I mean, that's genius. It's genius. You can feel her feelings in that. You understand how she feels helpless. It's passion that's overwhelming her. Her knees buckle Her insides are melting. This is also a lovely image, a romantic pile of longing. I mean, that's beautiful, right? And another one. I don't know what the author was doing in this piece because it's breathtaking. It's just, I can't call it breathtaking enough. The words are so evocative. Classy temperatures erode the storm. It's beautiful. I can't say honestly, I understand what classy temperatures are, but I know it's making me feel something. And really, that's what art is all about. It's beautiful. And then she finishes with a little more, pulling it back into a little bit more of a classic style with her verbiage when she says, satisfying the spirit and body of thee. Fascinating thoughts on forever. Erotic Symphony. She can't deny that her own thoughts are fascinating. She is very humble, but you know, the facts are facts, and she understands what a fascinating creature she truly is. Rio agrees. I'm sure you agree too. I'd like to thank you for joining me at this look at the passion and pain in the prose of AMBERLYNN REID. Until we meet again, be kind and hasta luego.